Hello, I'm Fawn. I want to say thank you for tuning in. So this is video number 3 for me, and I'm warning you, it's not going to be a super funny video. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm scared of this, toothbrushes. But it's about something serious that's going on in my life right now. So boys, men, anybody who gets queasy with the sound of the word period and birth control, anything feminine like that, like it's not too intense, but I mean it's there. So if it bothers you, I mean I hope you still watch, but I'm giving like a warning. So when I was 12, I had my first period, and I was so excited because I was finally a woman. And I couldn't understand why I had one, and I did have one the next month, and the next month, and the next month. Like, I would have, like, 2 periods a year, like, and that would be it. And they were really irregular, and they were really heavy. Sorry, I know, graphic, but it's true. And I would always ask my mom, I'd be like, what's wrong with me? She's like, oh, girls your age, where they're so irregular. And I'm like, yeah, they're like a couple days late, or maybe they go 1 month without one. But I mean, months and months and months without a period doesn't seem pretty normal to me. But when I was younger, it was pretty cool. It was like, ha ha, all my friends have periods and cramps, and they look so miserable, and I'm not. Woo! Yeah, no. When I got older, I realized my pipes aren't working. Something's wrong. And the more classes I took, classes like biology and human anatomy and reproduction and all that, I felt kind of weird because I couldn't really relate with the monthly menstrual flow and the cramps and things like that. I was just kind of nod my head and go, yeah, every month. No, and I didn't. I mean, my friends knew. My friends were like, oh, Fawn, you suck. Like, you don't have to go through this every month. I'm like, yeah, but I never know when I'm going to go through it. Like, at least you have a schedule. But, so, and here's the next thing. I've never been a small girl. Like, I've never been, oh, Fawn, you're so cute and little. No. I'm 5'10", and when I was a sophomore, I lost about 20 pounds, making me 145 pounds. That was the lowest weight I've ever been, and I was skinny. Like, I was fitting in the size 6 jeans, and I'm not a small bone, but I was fitting in a size 6 jean and wearing medium shirts, and I was 5'10". I mean, that's pretty small for somebody my age. I kind of looked like a bobblehead doll, but I was skinny, and I loved it because I'd never been skinny before. And I think a lot of it was due to the fact that I was exercising so much. But when I was done with band camp and the band season, I expected to gain another 5 pounds. Like, not much, but something because I wouldn't be so active. No. For some odd reason, from the time I was a sophomore until I was a senior at graduation, I went from being 145 pounds to 215. No, that's not. No, that's so much weight, and I'm not a lazy person. I'm not, like, I don't have a really sedate lifestyle. I don't eat completely bad things. Like, yeah, I like my candy and I like my junk food, but I don't eat excess amounts of it. So I couldn't understand why I kept gaining weight. So I was on diets. I would diet and diet and diet, and I would try new things and just try anything just to get my weight down a couple of pounds. But I kept gaining. No matter what I did, I would keep gaining weight. And I did Slim Fast. I did Hydroxy Cut. I did South Beach. I did the plain exercise and eating right, and I still gained weight. I couldn't understand why I would hold so much weight. So finally I just assumed that, hey, I'm supposed to be a bigger girl. I mean, it's genetics. Which is a lie. My mom is 5'6", and 120 pounds soaking wet. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to her, so I couldn't understand why I was so big, but I assumed it was like one of my grandparents or something. And so I lost about, I went from 215 pounds this summer to 185. And the reason I got there is because I pretty much starved myself and worked out obsessively. It's not a lifestyle I can keep up, and I don't want to become bigger again. And I don't know, I make excuses like, well, this is just how I am. You're gonna have to like me like this, and just like, woo, go big girls. And granted, I don't look fat, but I'm not healthy. So anyways, I had all these problems going on, and I didn't understand why. So in June this past summer, I had hormone testing done, and I never got any results back, like words like, you have this wrong with you. I got a piece of paper back from the medical lab that had 3 different numbers on it for the 3 different hormones I was tested for, and they didn't explain anything. But my doctors never said anything was wrong, so I thought, hey, I mean, woo, nothing's wrong with me. Shit, I don't have an explanation. So I just kind of let that roll off my back, and I went to the doctor and yesterday for an antibiotic, and she asked me why I hadn't had my prescription for my Yaz filled, because I started Yaz in September, but I never got a refill. And she asked why, and I went, well, because technically with that medicine you have to have your period and then wait till the Sunday afterwards to start the medication. Well, I couldn't start the medication without having a period, and I hadn't had a period since August, and it's December 15th now, December 13th, sorry. So she was like, well, Fawn, what about your test results? Like, what did you hear back? I went, well, my original doctor never said anything to me, and I got a piece of paper that didn't explain anything, so I didn't think anything was wrong. And she went, well, let's pull up your test results, and we did, and she went, like, she looked like she had an epiphany. She just, like, oh. And she's like, so you've gained a lot of excess weight, and you don't really know why you've gained so much weight. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, do you have any, she was trying to be really discreet about it, like, not trying to embarrass me. And she was like, sorry. She was like, do you have any excess facial hair? And I was like, I have a little. Like, I have some right here, and I just thought it was because I was dark. But no, it's gotten worse over the past couple of years, and it's not, I don't look like a wolf, but it's not the most attractive thing. And she was like, do you have skin tags? And I went, yeah, and I have some right here. And she's like, well, she's like, do you have any baldness yet? And I was like, balding? Why would I bald? And she went, well, Fawn, I think you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And she said disease first, and then she corrected herself, so that didn't give me too good of a light on it. And it's a health problem that affects the woman's menstrual cycle, and it occurs in 5% to 10% of women. 10% of women have it, like 5% of women know they have it, so that's really not good. But the main side effect is infertility. And granted, I've joked a lot that I don't want kids, but I do. I really do. And I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want this problem. I don't want to look like a man. I mean, granted, I'm not unattractive right now, but I'm not, I sound so vain, but I don't want to look like a man. No woman wants to look like a man. But I want to say something. I'm terrified. I was just diagnosed with this yesterday, and I'm terrified. But to all those women who've been dealing with this for years and have been so strong and put up with the criticism and put up with the fear, and those who wanted children and just can't have them, or those who have had the children with PCOS, you're heroes. And I just want to say thank you for being so strong, because you're making me strong. But I'm scared. God, I'm so scared. And I'm running out of time, but I just want to say thank you. And thank you for being heroes. And I do have polycystic ovarian syndrome. But I'm beautiful and I'm strong.